Tasmanians are being encouraged to get thrifty. Registrations for the nationwide garage sale trail are now open. Meander Valley Mayor Craig Perkins urging all Tasmanians to declutter, meet neighbours and make some money.
It's a terrific opportunity for people to empty their garages and their spare rooms of bits and pieces that they don't use anymore but aren't junk but might be valuable to someone else.
The event, now in its second year, will be held on Saturday, October 25. It's opening night for Newstead College's production of Godspell. The 60-strong cast and crew today being treated to some star power at the Princess Theatre. Former Godspell leading lady and 70s pop queen Colleen Hewitt will be returning to the stage for the encore.
And I remember it was my first musical, it was my first play, it was my first grown-up theatre type thing. And it's such fun.
Godspell isn't the only show on tonight, with Tasdance debuting at Threefold at the Earl Arts Centre.
I know that people, when they come, will be totally amazed at the skill and ability of the performers.
The show wraps up in Hobart at the end of the month. Lavender may be in winter hibernation, but the local industry has been abuzz, struggling to cope with demand from around the globe. A new warehouse on the Bridestow estate is almost complete, ready for the influx this season.
Bridestow Lavender Estate enjoyed one of its most successful seasons last year, leaving the business inundated with demands for its unique product. With tourist season just around the corner, a new warehouse on the property is in its final stages of production. Set to officially open in late September, the warehouse will help accommodate for the new prospect of going global.
It's at a watershed now. I mean, it's really looking at going global. That produces all sorts of problems and all sorts of management issues, but indeed the demand for our product exceeds current ability to supply.
The export market in Asia is the key to Bridestow's success.
I think this area has captured the imagination of Asia in particular. It's an amazing part of the world. It's beautiful, it's clean, it's pristine, and that's becoming increasingly hard to find anywhere in the world, particularly in a number of the industrialised areas.
After an appearance alongside popular Chinese model and actress Shang Xingju, another of its products, also unable to keep up with demand, Bobby the Bear continuing to be a worldwide celebrity. Madeline Kerr, Southern Cross News.
Hydro Tasmania is marking 100 years of history with a unique exhibition, a mobile museum celebrating the personal stories of a Tasmanian institution.
A shipping container with very important cargo has landed on QV Mag's doorstep. It's filled to the brim with Hydro's history.
It's a first for the Queen Victoria Museum and Art Gallery, yeah. It's really exciting. We're really pleased to be a part of it. It's dynamic. We're trying to produce more touring shows through the state, and so it's great to be part of this major touring show.
The Mobile Museum reveals stories celebrating the men, women and children who form the foundation of Hydro's century of operation.
In that history, there's been a lot of things that have occurred. We've tried to focus a lot of the history and the content of the exhibition on people and people's stories and some of the, I suppose, standout moments.
Archive photos, interviews and artefacts make up the show with a strong focus on the Tasmanian community.
It's also the stories of the families, the women and also the children, and the children that actually grew up in some of the quite remote hydroelectric villages, and those stories are fascinating.
Inveresk is its temporary home until early October. It'll also come to Queenstown, Hobart and Tarraleah. Madeline Kerr, Southern Cross News.
Winter is not quite over, but that hasn't stopped motorcyclists from revving their engines. For the warmer months, riders around the state are being encouraged to wear more protective gear because it could save their life.
It's the #1 rule for riders: wear highly visible safety gear. After losing his best friend to a motorbike accident and having 2 major accidents himself, wearing full leathers is a no-brainer for Matt Long.
It can be 30 degrees and I'll still wear leathers. You can certainly replace leathers, but you can't replace skin. They've saved me many a times.
Although not entirely fashionable, bike safety will never go out of fashion, and it could save your life.
They are expensive, but can you put a price on your skin? I definitely can't.
A certified helmet is currently the only protective requirement to ride, prompting calls for tougher regulations.
A helmet is just not enough. You really need jacket, trousers, gloves, boots, everything.
Despite taking the necessary precautions, a safe ride is never a guarantee.
I feel like it is your responsibility when you get on a bike if you're safe or not. Definitely helmet and footwear mainly.
Madeline Kerr, Southern Cross News.